World leaders have descended upon Lithuania. They're in Vilnius for the NATO summit. It's a two-day meeting of the military alliance, and there are a lot of issues on the agenda. The first is Ukraine's membership, an issue that has left the alliance divided. Eastern European nations want Ukraine to join. Ukraine believes it deserves to join the alliance once the war with Russia ends. But the United States and other nations like Germany remain wary. They don't want to provoke Russia. So, what will NATO offer Ukraine? Probably a smoother path to the alliance. Not a direct membership promise, but an easier path when it's ready to join. It'll also boost ties by launching a NATO-Ukraine Council, offer a multi-year program to help Kyiv adapt to Western military standards. But there will be no membership for now. However, Ukraine isn't the only country looking for a membership. Sweden too is finally looking at joining the NATO. The only thing holding up its membership bid is Turkey. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan will be in the spotlight. Allies want him to drop his objections. Erdogan wants to discuss this with the US President Joe Biden, so there will be a lot happening. But will Turkey finally let Sweden into NATO? Turkey now says it will let Sweden join NATO only if the European Union opens membership talks with the country. Ankara is currently holding up Stockholm's membership, despite letting its Nordic neighbor Finland join in April. Sweden insists it has met all the conditions Turkey set. But a recent Quran-burning protest in Stockholm drew Erdogan's ire. Hungary too is holding out, but if Ankara shifts, many believe Budapest will as well. Which brings us to defense and military spending. There could be no membership for Ukraine, but there will be long-term weapon guarantees for the country. The weapon supplies would build upon what's already been sent by the West. The other thing in focus will be spending. The Ukraine war was NATO's biggest crisis in decades. NATO countries pledged to ramp up spending over 2% of their GDPs on defense by 2024. As that deadline approaches, only 11 NATO countries are projected to hit the target. The Allies have now been negotiating a new pledge. Spending 2% will become a minimum commitment. This is despite opposition from Luxembourg and Canada. NATO also plans its biggest overhaul of Eastern defenses in a generation. Leaders are likely to sign off on new regional plans in Vilnius. They detail how allies would stop any Russian attack at NATO's borders. Turkey has thrown a spanner into the works with last-ditch objections, but they expect Erdogan to give the green light. The move will see NATO boost high-readiness troops. There'll be around 300,000 troops at its eastern borders.